Everyone here and ready, we'll start. Last time, after you guys had been at the village and started to go into the forest, you guys continued along in the forest, and eventually you found the quote-unquote raiders. And you fought said quote-unquote raiders. And you killed them. And then it might be that there was no raiders and those were just townspeople that had their minds fucked with. Either way, you found some evil-looking heart thing that was used in a celebration when you guys went back. And everyone tried to fight back except for Kelb, technically, but for story-wise, his character just couldn't fight it back, and he more or less willingly went up and slit the leader's throat as everyone else killed themselves as well. Or no, he punctured the leader's heart, and then everyone else slit their throat. And then their blood pooled into a fire and summoned a demon. And a succubus had then come out of it. And the original demon, the Balrog, went back in, but the succubus flew off into the distance. And after that happened, the party split up a bit and looked at whatever to loot the city potentially, or just cope with what happened, like for Demoise's character, where he couldn't believe what happened. In terms of anything interesting, did anything interesting happen? Did anyone fuck up or do anything really awesome?
I mean, I have no emotion now.
That is one. Avina, did you actually hit a target?
I hit a lot of targets.
Yeah, for once you know, were able to do your job.
Shut.
Anyway, so we're picking up where we left off, which was at the city, pretty much post gruesome scene. So we know what Demoise is doing. He's on the ground learning that he has no emotion anymore, and then standing up and saying emotionlessly, "We should head back." What is others doing? I don't remember exactly who was looking at buildings for loot. I believe Jared was looking for alcohol, and that's about all I can remember.
I was looking for loot. I don't remember if Lamb and Noah joined me for that, though.
I think I joined you.
I'd probably be getting the horse ready, if I could find it.
Getting Galfunds ready.
Alright, so then with that, Demoise's character goes off to go help out Lamb's character with the horse. Tate, what are you doing?
Probably scrounging around town for anything that we can use for some type of food other than... I'm gonna lay it straight. Abby does not like the rations. They're terrible. She's a rager.
So she's gonna eat
But
the,
she actually is looking around for food that's possibly already been around.
Well, you know, I mean, technically she's a foxkin. She's not a human. So it wouldn't be cannibalization to eat the corpses.
Yeah, well, that's true, but...
No, that's disgusting.
Like I said, she has standards. Her name is Abby, not Cannibal.
Okay.
You say she has standards, but we've seen her cooking.
This is true.
She thinks she has standards.
She has the highest standards, next to Perthros.
Okay, well, in that case then, Tate, make a, I guess a search check. Kelb and Noah, since you two are also looting the place, but for anything else, I assume, go ahead and make some search checks. Unless there's something specific you're looking for. And then Jared, make a search check for the alcohol.
You did give us a list of loot from the city already, by the way. You said checks as in more than one?
No, the two of you, because two people.
Ah.
Jared, what did you get on yours?
26.
You found a barrel of ale and 3 bottles of essentially some sort of whiskey that you would say is probably 5 gold pieces a piece, and then 4 bottles of rum that are about 3 gold a piece. Tate, what did you get on yours?
10 at least.
10 at least, or 10?
10. I rolled a 2, but I get +8.
You found more rations. And you found some fruit that, you better eat soon. And you found about 2 pounds of beef. It was inside of someone's cellar. It is salted.
What were the 5 bottles, 1 gold each?
What was that, Jared?
What was in the 5 bottles that were 1 gold each?
No, there's nothing 1 gold. It was, or did I say there was?
Maybe I heard that wrong after 5 gold.
So you have 3 at 5 and 4, right? No, 3 at... You said you found 3 whiskey, right? And then 2 rum?
Okay, I didn't hear everything after the, there were 5 of them, I didn't hear the rum.
Yeah, the two were rum. And they were a gold piece lower. So if I said 5 gold for the whiskey, then it's 4 gold for the rum.
Who got 4 birthday rerolls?
You're the one waste a reroll on a search. Low tide. I think Alpha's have rerolls left.
Anyway, Noah and Cal, what did you guys get?
19.
11.
Then on top of what you already have, put down that you found the money equivalent of 20 gold. If you wish to have that broken up into silver pieces and even copper pieces, by all means you can break it apart if you wish. Otherwise, just put down 20 gold.
Oh, I've marked that down.
Now then, Lamb, how are you going to try and get this horse ready before anyone else has gotten over to you?
Kate, stop fucking with my dice, please. Well, I'm assuming most of our stuff is still there, and the horse is there. Really? Really?
Yes, really. Anyway, yeah,
You guys are
no,
fucking
your
assholes.
horse is there. Has the cart.
Cool.
Nothing got fucked with. Not like your dice.
Fuck you guys, I'm taking
Teflon, that was a
dice.
beautiful joke.
I mean, I know... My character would know how basically it's set up from how long we've been traveling, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm not, like, untying it or anything. I'd just be, like, setting up the, I'm more probably setting up the cart to get ready to travel and to hook up.
Okay. Demoise's character walks over to you. He seems very, 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 very chill. Not chill, but just dead inside.
Hello, partners.
I'm guessing you know what you're doing with the horse better than I do, so I'll let you deal with that.
Very well then. Shall we go, Alphonse? And I will take the horse and move it and hook it up to the cart.
Alright, well, with the two of you, you get the cart and the horse and everything all set to go. Does anyone wish to continue doing whatever they're doing, or are you guys going to head along your way to the now out in the street, ready to head off horse and cart?
I'm gonna head to the cart.
Is the beef ready to be eaten?
It is not cooked. You don't cook the meat, Tate.
Alright, so I'm taking this meat along with us. We can cook it at a campfire at the next stop.
Okay. Caleb, what about you? And Jared?
Wait, me and Jared. I'm with Noah.
Well, I mean, did you go with them to the cart?
I can't think of a reason why not.
Okay. What about you, Jared?
Yeah.
Alright,
Horses in the
well,
cart.
you're gonna sit in the cart?
I said I was also going to head to the cart.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Alright, well, you all meet up at the cart. Do you just head on out, or does anyone wish to exchange words as you head on out? Or while you're heading on out?
Well, I found us some food.
Who wants to speak to Gnome about this?
That won't be necessary. We should get this heart to augment us, and proceed from there.
Did you mean Octamentos there, Noah?
Yeah, I mean, you mean the
Yes.
voice? Oh, I thought maybe
I
I
just
pronounced his
like
name
the-
wrong. Okay.
I just like the idea that I almost just want to keep it where Tucson said gnome, and then he's like, we should go to Octomenos instead. What? That's what I said. Fuck, I didn't say his name.
We could write it off as shock. It's fine.
So, what do we say? I mean, we kind of just did this. She kind of points around to a village and possibly let loose something.
It's just one village.
We tell
In
them what
the
happened.
scheme-
That's
in
kind
the
of our goddamn job.
In the scheme of things, one village outweighs the many.
Why did he trust us with this?
I
This
don't
is
know.
our
but
job.
I don't know. If you want to
saw
ask him
what
that, you're welcome to. But
saw what got released. We kind of probably didn't have a chance in hell if he was casting magic on us.
Yeah, I think that was more of a mission he should have been on.
Yet no one notices how unbubbly I am.
I think you fit in with the group now more.
I think most of the characters would be in like shock,
A little bit too.
and yet
yeah.
all of us just went around and did like looting and shit.
I can't say mine would be in shock. Considering
I'm
I've
just
been with
scavenging for
Tate's
food. It's not
character,
looting.
Demoise's character, and the other shit we've had to deal with, like fighting my own clone twice.
I'm fine.
You just
Squad's
witnessed
fine.
an entire goddamn village commit seppuku.
You mean Sudoku?
Yes,
We've been over this, Lamb.
I've sent you images.
Wait. 9 puzzle or 16 puzzle?
16, of course.
Alright, I guess we should get going. I brought this beef along so that way we can have something to cook along the campfire or something. Better than this hardtack.
Alright, well then. You guys travel along your way. You get at about a point where you would once again want to set up camp, and do you guys decide to trek through the night, or do you wish to just set up camp?
I don't know if Octomenos would be happy if we just stood in camp, considering what happened.
How long would it take us to get to the city from where we are?
If I remember right, I said it took, what, a day and a half?
Indeed.
So if you guys didn't, you would be going for another half a day. In other words, you would be exhausted. Considering you've been awake, did combat, got hurt, granted, got healed, but got hurt, used up some spells, witnessed a pretty big event, and then travel for, like, what? That would be like 12 to 14 hours of horseback / walking straight.
At this point, I'll say logically we should rest for the night, so that we'll be well rested in the morning to proceed.
I agree with that. We can set up camp and get something to eat, and all of us, I bet, need the rest.
I
don't
can
know why I
keep
do.
I can keep moving. I'll just be in the guild hall when you get there. Assuming, of course, I'm not held for other questioning.
Archimedes may need us in Tip Top.
Logically, we should stay together.
While this is true, we don't know if this thing could activate again. And if it does, then bad things might happen.
I really wanted Marcus to interrupt and say that's when it activated again.
Yep.
I think I'll go with Perthros as well.
Well, if y'all feel that we need to move forward, we should all move forward.
I'm not so sure. You especially. You're kind of out of it right now. You should probably sleep. Avina's looks like she's off her rocker too, so she might want to go down for a bit as well.
That was a big hand. If you could call it a hand.
Whatever you see is best.
Everyone's dice has been set to 1.
Okay.
It's a lie.
Why was it set to 1, Marcus?
Oh, because I was fucking around while you guys talked.
Also, that's
Oh.
a lie. My D3 is still set on 5.
Oh, random question. Would I feel tired, Marcus?
Good luck with that, Lamb. Yeah.
Okay.
You still feel, like, tired or not tired. It's just you don't feel, emotion.
Okay, I didn't know how extended and, like, it went, like, if I didn't just feel anything at all. I just thought logically.
Well, no, that's more like a physical thing than a emotional thing.
Okay.
So, who's not staying and who is staying?
I would be leaving.
Sam.
I will join them.
Jared, I would recommend you stay here so someone can at least make sure that they don't die in their sleep.
Or make sure they die in their sleep, but it's up to you.
Yeah, that's true.
So here's the one big question then, if the party's splitting up. Who's taking the horse? Because the one who doesn't will definitely not be ahead.
I say we should leave the horse for them, since it needs its rest too.
Yeah. And besides, they have a cart.
Yeah, they'll be able to catch up faster.
Alright, fair enough.
And one of the three of y'all have the heart crit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I believe it's currently on no, I don't know. Either he or I has it.
I have it in the bag, inside the bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, seeing that y'all are pushing forward, be sure to take the heart to augment us right away. Do not delay.
Don't you mean Gnome?
Nope.
Oxnomos.
So are the three of you gonna just walk at normal speed?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Noah sets at a dead sprint towards the city.
making me need to look up movement.
What in particular?
I think they'll catch up to you.
Most likely.
This is what math class was trying to teach you, Marcus. And part A sets out at 10 kilometers per hour, part B sets out at 15 kilometers per hour. How long will it take?
Shh. Jesus. I'm trying to do math and you're yelling out numbers.
So you're telling me we won't make it to the city in 8 hours?
Where you're on foot, it would be 8 hours on horse. So it'd take you 16.
But the horse is carrying a cart. I doubt it's going much faster than walking.
No, yeah, you'd make it in 8 hours. That's gonna be 8 hours of walking. And then for them, that's 4 hours by horse. Because it's half a day by horse, so...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So wait, you're including half a day as part of the sleeping bed, then?
No, technically. Like, you guys will get
We've
there.
already done a
And then
full day
they-
travel. And
you
by
guys would-
a day... Oh, sorry.
It'd be, you guys would get there at 8 hours, and then within 8 hours time, roughly, they would wake up. And then they would travel 4 hours. So you would have 4 hours of sleep before they get there. You will not get a full night's rest if you wait for them and they don't wait for you when they get back. But I'm not counting the camp as a half day. It's literally a day and a half of traveling, so that's
I guess I'm asking you then at this point, what do you consider to be a day of travel?
8 hours.
a day of travel in D&D is 8 hours.
Okay, so you're actually going off the... Okay.
I use the actual movement to tell you how far away something is. But in short, you have 24 miles to go. You guys have gone 48 miles walking for whoever was walking. You have another 24 miles to go. You've been walking for 8 hours, roughly. Or... No, actually, you would have done your half day. You'd still have to do a day. Because you had all that combat and shit. So you'd have 48 miles to go. You'd have 16 hours of walking.
That's what I was thinking. Be 16 hours of work.
I forgot you didn't sleep after the combat. You guys haven't slept yet.
Indeed.
In that case, there's no real point to splitting off, because they're gonna catch us anyway.
They would.
Even if
You
they're
guys
only
would-
just at the city gates.
Oh, it'd be before that. 16 hours, they get 8 hours of sleep, and then they would catch up to you, and you still have about... I mean, they would catch up to you.
Unless we did a dead sprint the entire way.
Yeah, that's gonna be fortitude checks up the ass.
Alright, cast expert.
Where Porthos got really good with the teleportation portion of his wand.
That could be a thing too, yeah. Actually,
Leg day in the forest.
Actually, Jared, that wouldn't help him too much, because the one that it would be, unless he got a specific one, but otherwise if he got the one he keeps getting, which is go back to the point of that day, that's actually about right where they're at right now. Because yesterday at this time, you guys set up camp. And then traveled half a day. short, it would just be smart just for everyone to set up camp. That's what I'm getting at. And then
That's
everyone can
true.
heal.
That's the reason I said logically we shouldn't split up, but they were like, yeah, we should just go on.
Well, I assumed we did a full day travel, which means it would have taken us like another 8 hours.
No, you guys only did a half-day travel because you did a half-day travel, got there, you spent roughly 2 hours in that whole adventure of asking people, walking through, killing some things, having a little party for like half an hour or so, and then them killing themselves. So now you guys went for half a day, so you realistically, for making movement via horse and cart, you guys would have been swapping on and off, and that's why you're able to move at that speed. That's why, even though some of you would be walking either way theoretically, but based on D&D mechanics, it's different.
So we've been up for 10 hours? I'm confused.
Roughly. Been up for
About,
2
yeah.
hours.
You did 4-hour travel, and 2-hour combat. So yeah, you've been awake for 10 hours.
Okay. I feel like we shouldn't have a problem with continuing then.
You have another 16 hours to go, if you're just gonna walk it.
But assuming we woke up at dawn, we then traveled for 4 hours. Did all that. The horse probably got a good amount of rest in that 2 hours since he didn't have to move. He could have just been in the stable all day. Then, okay, we come back, we do this, we just keep going. Why can't we do a full day travel and then go to sleep, is what I'm saying.
Because none of us has slept yet.
But it's been 10 hours. Like, I'm very confused.
Alright, so we arrived.
I understand what you're saying, Lamb, but I mean, like... Hang on.
We arrived to the city 10 hours ago. And we've been
No, that's
at
not
it
what
for
he's
10
saying.
hours.
No, like, I understand what you're saying, but, like, it'd be the equivalent of you're saying, like, well, we didn't do too much. I mean, you guys did combat.
Well, no,
and
don't
whatnot.
get me wrong. Like, we did
You're-
a shit ton of stuff, but...
Right. Like, I understand what you're saying, that you've only been awake for 10 hours, but altogether, that's a day's worth of travel and a combat. I mean, you can go for maybe another 2 hours, but realistically, I mean, think about, like, yourself. If you were to build a house for 8 hours, you ain't gonna want to do a fucking 12-mile hike.
I ain't building a house for 8 hours, you crazy?
And the sense of how much activities you guys just did. I mean, you hiked for 8 hours and you were in literal combat for 2. Well, not combat, but doing whatever for 2. Fighting and hiking.
So all of us would be exhausted.
Like, I get what
Well,
you're
that's
saying,
what he's
but
getting at.
Right. The big thing to keep in mind too, Lamb, is you guys have a cart. You don't have a wagon. Not everyone's in the cart. You're swapping all
No,
we would have been
I
awake for
understand
longer than
that.
10 hours anyway because it takes time to break camp, which is why travel is usually 8 hours because you're spending half the day on a full day's travel. On one end, you're breaking the camp, and on the other end, you're setting up camp, and that includes setting up meals and setting up your tents and everything too.
Okay,
So
I
it'd
suppose
probably
that's something I didn't take into account.
Alright, so it'd be closer to like 10 to 12 hours.
Right, like
Reality.
you did 10 hours of activity, but it wasn't technically 10 hours. It's just a case of you can, but I'm gonna have you start doing fort checks after this point right here because, I mean, your characters are realistically would be tired as fuck.
It's Constitution checks DC 10 plus 2 per extra hour.
Let me correct that. Everyone but Jared's character would be tired as fuck. His character is just kind of. He
Existing.
doesn't. Yeah, he exists.
Oh my god, I
His
don't have to
character
make
did
force
walk
arch
down
checks.
Alright, let's just get sleeping then.
And we could do and if really wanted to like really pen it out, we could do a half night's sleep, like 4 hours instead of 8 hours.
But in terms of, for one thing that, I don't know who brought it up, I think it was you, Lamb. For one thing, for bringing up that you don't know if the heart's gonna reactivate, you have yet to sense anything coming from the heart. So either its ability is inert due to being used, or it's used up and it's no longer usable.
Or it can't penetrate through the bag.
Per day.
Or it has charges per day. I mean, you wouldn't be 100% sure, but currently it's not doing anything.
Well, yeah, but that's
It's
what I'm getting
also-
at. It's like
It's also in a
it's
bag
not
of
doing
holding.
anything right now, but we don't know how long that's gonna last, if it's going to last.
Right, but keep in mind you also do have it in a bag of holding, which is its own pocket dimension, which might not do anything, and it might actually be inhibiting it from affecting you.
Noah, I hope you don't have any tiny people in the bag of holding.
I don't have anybody in there, but if we need to put someone in there, we can totally put someone in there.
Just don't close the top and they'll suffocate.
I say it now. We all go to sleep and Noah just becomes the horse and carries.
That's when y'all wake up and Tucson had put the bag over the horse's head and he was like, I was curious to see what would happen.
I
Give
could
me
see that
ideas.
happening.
Anyway, just to move the game along, you guys set up camp, eat, sleep. I hate asking this. Tate. Tate,
Yes.
does Avina allow everyone to eat rations, or is she really fucking keen on cooking that meat?
I'm cooking that meat.
Yeah, I assumed. Can you roll me a meal check, Tate?
Gets its own check now.
Can we give him, like, negative ranks to cooking?
I think we're just gonna have a
Hey.
problem with that if he keeps fucking up.
Well, this meat is already
He
near
fucked
done
up
anyway.
sandwiches!
Now, before we use that roll, Tate, tell me exactly what you wish to do with the food. Because you have some rations, being like dried fruits and berries and so forth. Well, berries are fruit, but dried fruits and vegetables and that kind of shit. And oats and whatnot. You have this meat. You had found some different ingredients back at the place, like some fresh fruit and whatnot. What exactly are you making?
Well, the meat you said's already salted.
I'd hope so, or they would rot.
So it's already seasoned. For the-
Okay.
So I'm generally just gonna cook the meats. Maybe ask Noah if he does have any seasonings that could help spice it up. You know.
Like over a fire in a pot. He's more or less.
Yep, cooking it over a
Water's
fire,
perceptive.
basically spit roasting the meat.
Okay, I was making sure you understood this isn't like hamburger. This is
I know,
literally
it's
a
got the spit roast.
chunk of meat.
Spit roast, slow cook. Abby knows how to cook outside. She doesn't know how to cook indoors.
Does anyone care to do anything, or do their characters merely set up camp and sit around and just not do much? Because cooking that meat will take a little time.
I am going to go and collect some sticks that I'm going to be using for walking.
Okay. Lamb, did
I-
you want to use up your wand?
Yeah, I'm gonna go a while away and use the wand.
Okay. Kelp?
I will be asking if anyone wants their armor fixed so I can actually use the portable ammo.
Jared, how's your armor looking?
I didn't take a single hit.
Wait, did you really?
Me and him.
I spent half the
nice.
battle sneaking.
I didn't take a single hit either, but I don't wear armor.
I got crit.
Yeah, Tate got hurt. Alright, well, I guess no one has any need of anything, Kelb.
I will work on my own then.
I will toss you mine as well, as I took a lot of beating up on that.
Mine is just leather, though.
Jesus, he throws it at you. Just, here, catch my metal armor.
He's a dwarf, he can take it.
I'm probably gonna eat some rations while I head out to use my wand too.
Alright, so you
Got
grab
zero
like
faith,
you grab a little baggie of oats and dried berries and head on out.
Well, I mean, I probably still have my pack with me when I go to use my wand.
Yeah. I mean, you're
Like-
just... I assume maybe not in the vision of Avina, but
Yeah.
probably in the vision of everyone else. You clearly pulled out rations and just started eating them and looked at them as you walked away.
There's a bit of pity in my eyes, just like, sorry guys, I'm leaving you to this one.
Alright. Tate, make another roll for me.
Roger. $13.
Alright, the meat's not going to be horrible. It's a little too burnt on the outside, but overall it's going to be fine. Now let's see if you can convince everyone that the meat is fine later on. Lamb, you walk for the distance that you intended to walk. Go ahead and roll your roll.
We already know my first one, don't we?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. I'll take that as a blessing.
I remember Lamb.
I do too. I'm not focusing, by the way. That is what, medium table? Medium table.
Just
Oh, hey.
assuming that you might not be able to focus anyway due to what just transpired.
It's 13 on the weak table, medium table. Sorry.
It's a what?
13 on the medium table.
Where did you point it?
Away from the group.
Well, exactly at the point that the rod is pointing, a 50-foot radius around that central point where it's pointing at, the grass grows 10 times bigger.
What?
So now there is tall grass and a 50-foot radius to where you were pointing.
Quick, punch it for seeds. Wait, wrong game.
I was going to say something about finding Pokemon.
That too.
Cut it down for rupees. I have that sickle, right? No.
So yeah, there you go. Growing grass.
Don't tell me
I
bag
know-
of holding.
I know what I said, Demoise. What did you say, Noah?
Don't have my bag of holding anymore. I want to go over, cut some grass, and weave it into a basket that I can put on my
Wait,
back.
did you follow me?
Wait, you left?
Yeah.
Ah. Never mind.
Do you wish to use it again, Lamb?
Yep.
Is this your last, or do you have one more after this?
I would have one more after this.
Okay.